Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Starfighter podcast with your host, Dom. Hope you guys are doing well today and having a good week so far. It is the Wednesday show, our live show here on the channel, and we have a lot to discuss. Of course, normally our Wednesday live shows are for us to, myself, co hosts, and guests, to be able to have a nice conversation with you guys, the audience. And this is your opportunity to really get involved in the live chat as well as the comment section on the replay. So make sure to do that if you're watching on the replay. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on some of these subjects. So let's get set up here. Hang on 1 second. Let me get the tunes rolling. All right. Also, guys, be sure to check out my video from Monday. I did a reaction and review on the new Book of Boba Fett trailer. So definitely don't miss that. Had a lot of fun doing that Monday night. It was a very exciting, eventful day. I know you guys, a lot of you are very excited for the Book of Boba Fett, and that's coming this December. So we'll be talking a lot about that in the next few weeks, and definitely when it comes out, we'll be having our full reviews on that. So looking forward to it. But all right, what is in store for today? Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about Disney Plus Day, which is next Wednesday. So, yeah, it's coming up very quickly. And for those of you who may not know what Disney Plus Day is or kind of wonder about that, it's the same as what they were calling Disney Investor Day a couple of years back. It's either a year ago or 2 years ago. But basically, and some of the other networks did this as well. But basically, it was the day where we got a lot of, just like a ton of trailers. Like we got hit with a truckload of trailers, news, behind the scenes, a lot of different pictures, footage, big announcements, reveals on movies, TV shows, possibly, yeah, movies and TV shows, and all that had to do with Disney, and particularly with Disney Plus. That was when they're starting to roll out Disney Plus, the streaming service. So Disney Plus Day is very similar to that, and really centered around what they're bringing to the table on Disney Plus in the next few years. And so I think this is a really good opportunity to get some speculation going with what we might see next Wednesday. And there are many things rolling out. First, I mean, we'll save the best for last, but we've got the Disney originals, Disney animated originals, that I'm sure there's going to be new animated shows, new animated movies coming our way. Let me know in the comment section what you might want to see, or what you're thinking we may see on those. And then, of course, the same goes for Pixar. And I think it's very possible that we see another Lightyear trailer. I never did a full-on reaction review for the Buzz Lightyear trailer, but I definitely saw the trailer. I thought it was really great. I talked a little bit about it on last Friday's show with Jake Hedge, so more thoughts there. But um, yeah, possibly some other spin-offs on Toy Story. I think we could definitely see more when it comes to the Lightyear film coming up, and starring um, who is it again? Chris Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans is Buzz, which is pretty awesome. Um, I'm really looking forward to that. He was always my favorite character when it comes to Toy Story, and looking forward to seeing more. I do think we'll probably get like some kind of behind the scenes footage or something like that, but that'll be interesting. And I'm sure there's most likely going to be just brand new stuff that we've never seen before. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another clip of that. The name escapes me, but it's either Disney or it's Pixar. But there's another animated film that's coming soon, and it's about this little girl. It might just be called Red or Red something. Um, but it's about this little girl that turns into like a red panda. Might be called Red Panda, something like that. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, that was actually something that they kind of teased at the last Disney Plus Day or Disney Investors Day, and there has been a trailer on that. So, and I think that they're definitely gonna touch on that as well. But yeah, thanks guys. Checking in with you. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about Disney Plus Day coming next Wednesday. If you're just tuning in right now, and kind of some things that we might see. So yeah, I think that's something that that we might see another Pixar film, a lot more animated films coming our way. But let me know what you guys are excited for. And with those kind of out of the way, Disney Plus, originals, Pixar originals, with those things kind of out of the way, we can kind of get to talking a little bit about what we could see from Marvel and Star Wars. But let's start with Marvel. What's there to be said about the Marvel series that have come to Disney Plus? I guess a lot could be said. Off the top of my head, things that I think we may end up seeing, get teasers or trailers for, probably a Loki season 2. Maybe I'll give a little more thoughts on that in a minute. You may already know my thoughts on that. I think that it's also possible that we could see a What If season 2, and I apologize, despite what Jake Hedge thinks, the What If series is not canon. So I do think that there's a good amount of people that like the series, but I think that there's also plenty of fans that didn't watch it, get too invested in the What If series. One, because some people just animated films and stuff, it's not really their thing, and two, because it's not canon. So why does it matter? I guess the answer is it doesn't really matter, but it's a little bit fun. It's just something kind of fun, kind of silly to, I mean, in general, all these like science fiction superhero stuff is fun, of course, but kind of fun to play around with the stories that we've come to know and just do a crazy spin on them. Like, what if Thor never had a brother? Stuff like that. So yeah, those are two that I think we might get additional seasons for. Loki, What If, let's see. I've heard rumors that WandaVision could get another season as well, although I think it also kind of uh, I feel like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, they definitely ended um in a way that could either lead into another season, or they could also very much be ending in the way of uh, this was, a one season only type of deal, and that we'll pick back up with these characters in another film later on. For Wanda, I think it's going to be the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness. I think that's what it'll be, but um, who knows? We will have to see. And then, yeah, I guess just my 2 cents on that. I've been a little bit let down, and I've talked about it. I've talked about it a few times here on the show, but I've been a little bit let down when it comes to these Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus. Do I want more? As a fan, I do want more. Um, but not only do I want more in terms of shows, which Moon Knight is another one. I think we could see something on Moon Knight. Really curious to see, Oscar Isaac in that role. But not only do I want to see more Marvel shows, I want to see more when it comes to quality. Um, and I don't just mean like production value. I do think that could be bumped up a little bit at times. I felt like that at times with WandaVision and with Loki. Some of the CGI was off, and of course, you know, usually it's a smaller budget for your TV shows as opposed to films, but um, they've also said that they are, you know, trying to have them on that level, that these are TV series that are being pushed out with, you know, film quality production. So, um, you know, if they're saying that, we definitely want to see that portrayed on the screen. That's my thoughts there. And then, yeah, it's just, I would rather see like totally different shows than get a Loki season two or um, a WandaVision season two. What If was kind of hit and miss with me. I do like it a little bit, but it's nothing that I'm raving about. I don't think it's not really anything that a whole lot of people are really blown away by. So um, I would like to see some new things, and yeah, Moon Knight is something that I'm really curious about. I've been told before that Moon Knight is essentially uh, the Batman type of character, the Marvel Batman type of character, and Batman's my favorite superhero, so I'd love to see a Batman type of character from Marvel, and I never really delve in too much with the character of Moon Knight, so something brand new, it's something that I think myself and others can really get excited about. And that was the case with Shang-Chi as well. I had no background knowledge about the character before going into the film, and absolutely loved that movie and loved the character. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of what Marvel needs to do is definitely bring some new things to the table. I know a lot of people really liked WandaVision. I think for a lot of people, yeah, I think it was a little bit split for Loki. to be honest with you. I think a lot of people liked it, and I think a lot of people, it's kind of when the fatigue started to set in, is towards the end of Loki. For me, it was especially the ending, and it's just, I felt like they couldn't stick the landing with WandaVision and with Loki. And to be honest with you, all three, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki, none of them had a very impactful, like really strong ending. That's just my opinion. I felt like other episodes were a lot stronger and definitely much better in terms of character development and story development. The endings, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't even just like a sense of wanting more. It was like, that's it. Is that really it? Is that really how we're, gonna end things? And something really felt missing, all three of those for me. So I hope that Marvel really makes some adjustments, and I'm still definitely very curious and excited to see the different teasers and trailers, behind the scenes, big announcements for Marvel next Wednesday. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments. What are you looking forward to? Any speculation, any theories about things that we might see when it comes to movies or shows from Marvel next Wednesday at Disney Plus Day? And then we can talk about Star Wars at Disney Plus Day. So, things that we could see from the world of Star Wars. I think that it may be confirmed, don't quote me, but I believe it's confirmed that we will see some kind of behind the scenes footage of the Book of Boba Fett. I think they called it like a first look at the Book of Boba Fett. I believe that's confirmed. And again, guys, if you haven't seen my trailer reaction and review, it's a pretty short video that I put out Monday. Go and check that out, please, here on the channel. I think you'll enjoy it. I enjoyed doing that show the other day. So yeah, first look at the Book of Boba Fett. I think that's something that we can count on. It's also been speculated that we could see some stuff when it comes to the Kenobi series. I think that would be awesome. I'm a little bit doubtful because it's like they really make you wait a long time. It's kind of been their track record for like really making you wait for a long time to see anything with, like, when it comes to the Mandalorian. When it came to Book of Boba Fett, sometimes it felt like that for the films. So it's just like, and Marvel does that too. It's like, where the heck are the trailers? So I'm a little skeptical. I'm not sure. I wouldn't get my hopes up too much on seeing anything from Kenobi. But I would love to be wrong, and I would love to see something. That would be incredible. Because that's my most anticipated series, is the Kenobi series. That being said, I think that we will see. It's more likely that we might see a little bit of the Andor series. Maybe a little snippet of that, a little teaser or something for Andor. And what else is there? Last year they talked at the Disney Day, or Disney Investor Day, not last year, a couple years ago. But last time at the Investor Day, they talked about the Acolyte series, and that was a series, of course, that's dealing heavily with the Sith. So maybe they'll speak a little bit more about that. Um, Rogue Squadrons, directed by Patty Jenkins, was announced as well. That would be really cool to see a little bit more on that. We got kind of like a little, I don't know if what you want to call it, just a little tease. Patty Jenkins did a little video, and that was cool. Saying how her her father was a fighter pilot, so she's kind of taking like some of those childhood memories and feelings, um, and putting that into the movie, for Rogue Squadrons, which is of course is going to be about a fighter pilot or multiple pilots. So that'll be cool. It'd be cool to see a little bit more on that. What else? The Ahsoka series, of course, is coming, and it's basically been talked quite a bit about lately, about how Hayden Christensen may be coming to the Ahsoka series. Of course, Anakin and Ahsoka have a very strong brother sister master Padawan relationship. So to see that in live action would be awesome. Um, would love to maybe see or hear a little bit more about that potentially next Wednesday. And then Mandalorian season 3. Are we going to get anything from that? What do you guys think? Are we going to get possibly a trailer for that? Um, I'm not sure. It would be awesome. It'd be awesome. But yeah, and even any like behind the scenes or like first look at any of these series would just be really cool to take a look at. So guys, let me know your thoughts, what you think that we might see next Wednesday at Disney Plus Day. But I think we can kind of move away from this topic now. But yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts. And of course, I will be covering this probably with a guest or with a co-host next Wednesday. And I am highly anticipating that there's going to be a lot to talk about next week. So definitely come back here next Wednesday at 6 p.m. We're going to have quite a bit to talk about when this all goes down. Maybe we'll even live stream it and give live reactions to everything that's being announced and talked about. That'll be cool. But we have a couple more things that we can discuss before we head out. Marvel Eternals, that's coming out this week. And so I wanted to, ask you guys, are you planning on seeing this? Eternals is kind of getting a lot of backlash from what I've been hearing. And basically, the reason for that is, from what I hear, is it's a very different Marvel movie. And I'm not really giving any spoilers. I haven't seen the film yet, so no spoilers here, just kind of some first thoughts from some critics that have seen it. But they, of course, can't really say much because, legally they can't say anything right now because of an embargo. So don't worry about any potential spoilers. Really just giving some reasons why I have heard that Eternals is set to get a very low rating, a very low score. And yeah, essentially, I've just been hearing how it's a very different movie and how it doesn't have the same vibe or feel that many of the other Marvel films have. Um, that being said, I have also heard that it is, on the other hand, like the most stunning, the most beautiful looking Marvel film. And I've heard plenty of people say that that they love the movie and that they understand that it's a very different movie, but that they really love it and they love that it was different. Um, I'm not too worried about you know what some of these critics are saying and about as far as the negative things, as far as like maybe a bad attitude and like perceiving it to be too different. I'm not too worried about that because um, again, I go back to Shang-Chi, and I believe it's one of the best Marvel films, and I think that I think that it captures that feel that the MCU has and that Marvel films have of you know they have a very good balance. I feel like when it comes to their movies of you know not being too silly, not being too serious, but just kind of like having a good blend of both. Uh, the humor parts are placed very well, surrounding a very big moving story with your characters that are very likable, but also can be conflicted and can also be funny and silly. And and then there's moments, dramatic moments, emotional moments, and they just have a very good blend and a good formula. So again, going back to Shang-Chi, I felt like it had that, but at the same time, Shang-Chi also felt definitely different to me than a lot of Marvel films in a way as well. And that wasn't a bad thing for me. So to kind of hear that Eternals is very different, I'm not super worried about it. And I've really enjoyed the trailers so far. I I mean the trailers themselves are stunning. They look amazing. Uh, I'm really looking forward to this. The cast, it's a great cast. I've been saying this for a while, but like to have Angelina Jolie, um, who's known as a great actress, and especially when it comes to action films, to have her be a superhero in the MCU, I never really thought that that would happen, and I think that's pretty cool. Um, but I actually hear that she does a really incredible job, and not just the action, but her acting chops and the way that she portrays the character and the personality behind her that she brings to life from her character of Thena, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that and all the characters and getting to know about them. I've also heard the that the film does a very good job at making you care about all of these characters, and this team of Eternals that you have is pretty big. And um, yeah, from what I hear is you end up caring about all of them quite a bit and are invested in them, despite some people saying that the film is very different and kind of um, a little bit jarring when you compare it to other Marvel movies. It doesn't exactly fit in in some people's opinion, but I'm not, again, not too worried about that. I'm looking forward to it, and I believe I'll be seeing it this weekend. So if all goes well, I will give a little review on that. I'll be able to do that soon. Okay. And a couple more things before we close out. But also, guys, let me know in the chat if you're planning on seeing Eternals, if you're, worried about what the critics are kind of saying, the negative reviews, or negative initial thoughts, we should say, because there's not really much spoiler reviews out yet. There's no spoiler reviews out yet. So if you're too worried about that, or if you're still pretty stoked and going to be seeing that soon, let me know in the chat. I'm going to pause for a minute because the train is coming, so bear with me here. All right, appreciate you holding. Appreciate you waiting on that. Let's shift gears and let's talk about some games. Let's talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy game. It's a brand new video game for just about every console. I just wanted to touch briefly on this, as well as one more game before I close out the show. But yeah, guys, I think it's definitely something to check out. I had no idea it was coming to the Switch. As many of you know, that's my main console that I play. Just always been a Nintendo guy. I think I probably always will, um, but yeah, until I finally get my hands on a PS5, well, we will see. Eagerly awaiting that time. But I was surprised that the Guardians of the Galaxy game actually came to the Nintendo Switch. There is a cloud, a, it's a cloud stream version. So that what that means, if you don't know, is that um, you know, on the one hand, it's a cool thing because you're not going to be downloading much and like taking much memory. It's kind of similar, very similar to streaming a movie or a TV show, but you're connected to the server. It's the Square Enix server, I believe, that's who the game is from. But yeah, so you're basically streaming the game, so you have to have a good internet connection in order to play this game and have it run at good quality, not lose frames or have any type of stuttering. And I have a very good internet connection, so I haven't really had any issues so far, and it's a really good looking game even on the Switch. um, of course, the graphics are definitely a level up on the PlayStation and Xbox, but yeah, it's a really good looking game. It's fun, adventure based, and I mean, you should definitely check this game out. Would recommend. Uh, but I'll keep you updated. Maybe I'll stream a little bit for Starfighter Gaming here on the channel one of these days. We'll see. Okay, last thing for my Smash Bros. Friends and fans. Sora is in Smash Bros. Now. We talked about this. Nick and I did a little character breakdown when he came out. It's been a week or 2 weeks now. If you don't know who Sora is, he is the main protagonist from the Kingdom Hearts, the Disney Kingdom Hearts video game series. And Kingdom Hearts has been around for a very long time. It's been a big video game franchise. And Sora is, the hero. He wields the Keyblade. Anyways, he was the final DLC character for Smash Bros. Ultimate. And initially, well, what I can say right now is uh, I'm pretty sure I was wrong and about my initial thoughts. But of course, that happens many times. So, and I told you guys to take a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt when I gave my initial thoughts. Thought he was pretty bad at first, but for any of my, fellow Smash Bros. Players, friends, fans, there's a lot of you out there. Play with a lot of people that tune in. A lot of my friends, fans here that tune in. We also play Smash Bros. During the week on the weekend. So for you guys, just wanted to give a little bit more of my thoughts on the character. Initially, thought he was kind of bad, and he still has, I think, some clear weaknesses. His float, he's like one of the floatiest, if not the floatiest characters in the game, and that can hurt him at times. Um, but I do think I was wrong. He has some really good tools, and I feel like he's also a character that is fairly easy to pick up and get good with. Um, I had played him very little, and immediately got into Elite Smash the other day, and um, and yeah, just started taking names on quick play. But of course, you can only play so many quick play matches because the internet, not my internet, but the Nintendo server is pretty rough sometimes. Well, it's just pretty rough in general, let's be honest. But anyways, yeah, so my initial thoughts were that he wasn't a very good character. Now that I've had time to play him, I've also watched a lot of the pro players give their thoughts and reviews. The best players in the world have their reviews, and I've watched their videos talking about it, their videos playing the character. He also just, uh, the best player in Japan, just won a major tournament with him. Um, and I think it's very clear that he is a solid character. At this moment, I would put him in high tier. So there's top tier, then I would put him in high tier. Uh, Initial thoughts were I was probably gonna place him in middle tier, but I think he is at the least, he is in high tier. And again, a character that would recommend trying out. He just has a lot of great tools, a lot of things that are very safe. Um, I feel like you don't have to like always rush in. You can kind of just play a relaxed pace game with him, and you can punish your opponent for for overcommitting and rushing in and approaching you. A lot of times his up B out of shield is incredible. He has probably one of, if not the best recovery in the game. His counter is amazing on stage. It's really good off stage. Oh, the character is great off stage, and um, because he has such a great recovery, he can make it back from very low, and a lot of his powers can um, stall him in the air. So it's not like he's fast falling again because he's also floaty. But he can put out his powers, his special abilities um, in the air, and still has plenty of time to just hop back up on the stage. And very low risk but high reward type of character. It seems like, which is really cool, and I feel like kind of unique. He's also a very fun character to play. So that's kind of my final thoughts to kind of keep it short and sweet. But yeah, guys, thanks so much. Those of you who tuned in for the live stream, and those of you who will be watching on the replay. Again, definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts about any and all of these topics that we discussed. I do appreciate it. But what else do we have coming up? next Wednesday, of course, we will be, as I mentioned, going over the Disney Plus Day. And so definitely you guys want to tune in for that next Wednesday. And we might be even live streaming it and giving our live reaction. So I hope to see you guys here next Wednesday when we do that. It's going to be very exciting. And also, it's kind of two birds, one stone because a lot of you will be watching that at some point. So if I'm able to, depending on the time, um, you could live stream it, hear my thoughts. I can hear your guys' thoughts at the same time that it all plays out. So that'll be really fun. Hopefully, um, the timing and everything works out just like that. But we will see. So yeah, guys, next Wednesday, stay tuned for that. Also, this coming Saturday, I believe I'll be doing another Smash Bros. Saturday um, for our Starfighter gaming show that we do. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys later.